The goal of meditation is to keep going back into our meditations until we've reached a point where gradually things take over. The divine world, the spiritual world, begins to take over more and more of our life. The thinking, how we do things, how we conduct ourselves with others, all of that will be taken over as we continue our meditation. The problem I have, and I'm sure many other people have had the same thing, is over the decades that they have been alive, they have allowed certain beliefs, things that they have assigned as being important, to run their lives. As an example, people think, oh, well, I'm going to go up into the mountains and meditate, or I'm going to go on a vacation, sit by the beach and meditate. And speaking for myself, sometimes that becomes counterproductive. And the reason being is it takes us out of our element, our normal element. It's good to travel, it's good to have vacations, it's good to be in different locations and learn different things. But if you think you're going to go there to improve your level of meditation, that could be a challenge. Because when you go to these places, because it's different, you tend to be thinking a lot. You tend to be, oh, I wonder where's a good place to eat. I wonder where we should go stay. What kind of things we should see. It's a lot of thinking. And for many years, people have said, you do the best with meditation when there's something in your life that's a crisis. Maybe you're sick, maybe you've lost a job, had a problem with your family, with your household. And then your meditations become deeper, more sincere. And I've seen that happen personally as well. There were times I didn't think I could do these videos, and because I wasn't feeling well. And by just sitting down and allowing my spiritual side to take over, they wound up being very good videos, or at least what I think is very good. And then sometimes when I'm feeling fantastic, feel like getting a bunch of things done, that's exactly what I'm doing. Planning, getting a bunch of things done, and it becomes much more challenging to sit down and be able to meditate. And it's the same thing in all aspects of our life, our family life. Things are going great. It's a little more difficult to find the time to meditate. If we're having problems with little Johnny, or marital problems, or problems with a relationship or friends, then, okay, well, I need to sit down and pray for this person, or I need to sit down and do this or that. So, when we look at our lives and what we're going to do next, the goal is to return to meditation as often as possible throughout the day. And like I said earlier, over decades of conditioning ourselves to look at or engage in various stimuli, we have created layers of an onion that make it very difficult to see our spiritual side. So the way to get through that, I've done some Be Still meditations, I've done the temple meditations, and those are great ways to get through it. You have to be patient. You have to allow yourself to keep going back. You may not even be able to get back into it after the initial meditation and become discouraged. Well, maybe I can't do it anymore. No, that's not true. It's all about persistence. You have to go back again and again and again. And then all of a sudden you'll find, oh, I'm a little further, or I'm back where I was a few weeks ago. Or I'm even a little further along. I've been able to go a lot deeper. And that's what it's all about. You have to appreciate, and the only way to appreciate your time spent meditating is to go back into it and continue and make some progress. And there are days you think, I'm not going to make any progress. You've got to go back in again and again and again forever to continue your meditations. And you will return back. And when you do, you will appreciate it, that you have been allowed back into a certain level of meditation. But that's not our goal. Our goal is to go into the meditations consistently throughout the day, or as consistently as is possible. Try to find a quiet room or a quiet place, or like I've mentioned before, write something on a whiteboard. Look at it for a few minutes, or look at your desk in a certain area where there's not a lot of clutter for a few minutes. Or look off into the distance and allow yourself to surrender. Allow yourself to acknowledge, this is what I want. God, I want my spiritual side. Father, I surrender. I want you to run my life. Thank you, Father. I appreciate the lessons. Or thank you, Father, I appreciate this gift, whatever that might be. So this is so important throughout your day. Thank you for each meal that you have, for each gift that you have. And if it's something negative, thank you for that. I'm learning. I'm learning from the spiritual side. You'll be surprised. You'll start to see things from a spiritual side. And what you thought was crazy, erratic behavior before, in some cases, it will be a divine message to you. Maybe I need to not do that. Maybe I really am spending too much time doing whatever it is, thinking or doing something. Maybe this is a good calling for me to kind of straighten up. And you'll find when you obey, and you say, okay, well, I'm going to entertain that idea. I'm going to start allowing myself to think more that way, to think more on the spiritual side. That will never wrong you. It's the human side that will. People have trusted over the years. This is my standpoint. This is where I stand on all these issues. This is what I've become. Is that really a spiritual side? Well, this is what God intended me to do, small g. Well, maybe it is, maybe it's not. But you have to remember that God is infinitely good. And if you're being told to do something that is infinitely good, or it will be good in the long run, then it probably is. If you're trying to justify something, whatever that might be, then that's something that needs attention, that needs to be meditated upon. Is this really a spiritual message? Is this really a spiritual thing that I should be doing, my way of life, or a habit, or whatever it is? So you have to look at things from the point of view of the spiritual side. And how do we do that? We go into the meditation. We go as deep as we can into the meditation. From the videos, we run through the whole video, and then we spend some time at the end just meditating and absorbing, and allow ourselves to move into the divine harmony, the divine peace. And that is where you find the true good, the infinite good, the truth. whatever it is that you've decided, at that point, then you know it is divine. I'm going to help this person, or I'm going to do whatever to make a situation better. So when you look at these situations as they arise, what lesson is it teaching me? Am I really looking at this from the point that I should be? Am I loving my neighbor as myself? And again, neighbor means the people we encounter. Whether it's people that we encounter face to face or through some other form of communication, am I really loving this person? And there are some times when that love can become kind of a harsh love. You have to make decisions. You have to love everybody, no matter who they are, what they've become, what they've decided to become, what they have pushed themselves towards or allowed themselves by all these truths that float around, and I'm saying truths with a small t, that float around, and they want you to entertain them, to think about them. And when all those are floating around, are they really human truths or are they divine truths? And the way to get to 100% accurate decision about that is through your meditations, deep meditations. Not the human, but the meditations themselves. So now find a meditation that you like and spend a few minutes meditating about what we just discussed. Thank you.